Hello, folks. It's 9 o'clock and it's Nigel, Friday Night Nigel. And we're going to do a little Spirit Talker action tonight. I'm back by popular demand here with my sidekick, Archer, who he just hears me talking in the space here. And hello, Fitch family. And he just likes to come down. I want to welcome Adam Barr, a new member. Welcome, Adam. And we got two Adams now. Archer gets a little nervous because he knows I'm down here by myself and he hears me talking, and I don't quite think he knows what's going on. And then as some different things happen, some paranormal stuff, he tends to climb up on me. But look at that face. Is that not a loving face or what? What I did tonight, which is a little different than last night, was I actually turned down the volume of the outside camera a little because I noticed when I was watching the playback, it was awful loud, which was good for picking up stuff up there, but it was just a little bit too loud, so I turned it down a little. Now, if you look in the center of the screen outside, right here where the bird feeder is, you'll see there's a squirrel on there, a flying squirrel. And so you'll hear a little clicking sound, and that's him or her out there moving around. So what I want to do is last night's broadcast, hi, honey, it's okay. Last night's broadcast went long. It was like an hour and 30 minutes. And the only problem with that is when I go back to edit it or to analyze it, it's a lot of stuff because for every minute, it basically turns into like at least 3 minutes of monitoring to break it down. So I'm going to try to keep this to an hour or less tonight. But of course, if the Spirit Talker starts going nutty, I won't cut it off in the middle. As you know, I am fan supported. So those of you that are in a position to, please make a donation in any amount to the address on the bottom of the screen, badben.com/donate. Even $1 makes a big difference, folks. So enough of that. How this works is we try to keep it serious when we do these broadcasts. When I do the earlier broadcast every day or the other broadcast, we can joke some. But when we do the Spirit Talker, we try to keep it serious because these spirits aren't coming in here to joke with us. Some of them are confused. Some of them are very intrigued by us. I've managed to ascertain, well, I figured that a lot of times the conversations that are going on are conversations between spirits. So not necessarily with me or that they're talking to me, but they're talking to themselves. And it just so happens the EMF detection on the Spirit Talker will sometimes pick that up. So we try to keep it serious so we don't scare them off. And when I'm doing these things, it's not just me, it's you also, because even though we're separated by distance, we're not separated by communicating because we're right here in front of each other. So I can see what you're typing. You can hear and see me. And we're all part of what I have. This is Nigel's theory. A collective here or a collective conscience. So sometimes the Spirit Talker will be, or the spirits that are contacting may be speaking to one of you or with one of you. So keep that in mind, because if something comes up on the Spirit Talker and it sounds relevant to you, feel free to mention it. Last night we had a name came up that was, I don't know if it was because I said Barbara or a name might come up where it's relevant to you. It was Rose was very active last night. So let's get this started. How it works, I have 3 views. One is me. You always have me. Now, one is me with the Spirit Talker, which I'll start in a second. And the other one is where we can watch outside. And you know what, folks? I'm going to take that banner off because it covers up too much of that. And I'm going to put a tiny little reminder to people here down there in the corner. But this won't cover up. Now, if you do remember, I have mentioned in a couple of the recent broadcasts that I feel static electricity around me, and like my hair will stand up on end like static electricity. So what I did tonight was, right here is one of the cat balls. Let me just move the camera ever so slightly so it's more in view. So if something's moving behind me, it's a possibility we'll tap into that. So let me get started here. We'll start the Spirit Talker. And again, for those of you who it might be your first time watching, that red line moving up and down the side means it's active. And when that freezes, it means a word or a statement is coming through. Out back here is the area, that dark spot to the left of the screen on the ground is an area that I think has some relevance, because when we've been out there before, and we're going to get out there again, when we get out there, it seems to make the Spirit Talker go a little active and the ghost meter. Spirits, is there anybody here with us tonight that has a message? We respect you. We just want to talk with you and have you talk with us. Let us know any concerns you may have, or if there's anything we can do to help you. So we're listening. I am Nigel, and I'm here with 20 of my friends, and that audience will grow over the next few minutes.
I passed peacefully.
That's nice to know that you passed peacefully, because that's something we all want. I'm here today. You never know what tomorrow will bring, or even an hour from now. But hopefully I've got about 20 to 25 more years left here. And to hear that you passed peacefully puts me a bit at ease as I get older. Can you tell me, did you pass peacefully here? Now, when it says a statement like that, I pass peacefully, I get the impression that's a direct statement to me or to any of us. Hi, Tracy. So I get the impression that's a direct statement to me, and that's not the spirits talking. But because they feel welcome, and I do feel that static, like electricity on my legs right now. Last night I said, okay,
Let's sit to talk.
that's what we're here for. If you're talking to me, we're here. Me and my friends are here to talk with you. So we're here for you. We want to hear what you have to say. We want to. I will tell you, folks, I'm pretty confident right now that there's not only a spirit in here, but they're close to me, because I'm watching something off screen here. That's a cable that hangs down, and it just moved, and there's nothing over there that would have moved it. It's right behind the monitor. Negative. There's not a spirit here with me. Okay. So we're here to talk with you.
Are you too scared?
I'm not scared of you, because I realize that You're not going to harm me because I have no interest in harming you. You're a spirit who at some point in the past was just a person like me. So if there's anything I can do still in the living world for you, let me know. If there's a message you have for anybody, or if you need closure, it is tranquil out back there.
Tranquility.
I do get the impression right now. Let me move my. You might be right, Adam. I'm going to start showing some of the comments you guys make too, so they appear in the recording. I do believe they're getting more comfortable with me, but right now I believe this is one spirit that's carrying on a conversation. And it's usually when they get less comfortable with me is when more than one spirit comes by and they begin to talk amongst themselves. I think when I respond by telling them I'm not scared by them, that it brings a certain comfort to them. So speak freely with me and ask me any questions you might have about my life, because we'd like to know about yours. Are you in this room with me now? That noise you hear.
Where are my children?
It's the squirrel out there on the bird feeder. I'm not sure where your children are. They could be in this room. Can you tell me your name? But we have before in here had children talking with us. So if you want to tell me your name or your children's name, we'll record that. I'll keep it in my notes. I feel like something I'm going to want in my notes is coming up. What is your name or your children's name? No, I just put at the date at the top of my notes. Now,
He will trick you.
You see that he will trick you? This is what, if I can say I'm learning through this process, I believe a second spirit has just come into the area, and they are telling the first spirit he will trick you, meaning me. Now, I'm not going to trick you. So,
Andrea.
Andrea is your name? Hello, Andrea. I'm Nigel, and I'm here with 20 other people that are watching.
Memories here.
You have memories on this property. Did you live here at one time? Because there is evidence that prior to this house that I'm in now, there may have been another house here at one time, because I found a well on the side of the house. Now, Andrea, if it's you that passed peacefully, I'm happy to hear that. Can you tell me when that might have been? And Andrea, if there's a second spirit here that told you I will trick you, that's not true.
Filming.
Yes, I do a lot of filming on this property, and also tonight I am filming this, but it's actually recording. If you recognize some of this technology, there's a camera on the computer and it's filming me. So this broadcast is being recorded. So even beyond those that are watching tonight, right now live, people that will watch the replay of this, there may be somebody you want that will see this. Does anybody that's in the room right now have a family member that has passed named Andrea or Andrea? Or is anybody's name in here Andrea? I feel something right here. Like a gentle brushing. Now, I'm learning more, but I'm not a paranormal investigator. But that's correct. Those are two lights. They're meant to look like candles, but they are two lights. So that gives me the impression that you are here in the room with me and not outside. If that's true, can you make a sound?
Protect.
Can you make a noise? Touch something? Tap on a desk? That was somebody. Let me just. I just shut off my phone so we're not interrupted again. So you see the two lights. You asked about filming, so I get the impression you're here in the room with me, and that's okay. Can you make your presence known by touching something or making a sound? I'm interested in, you're aware that you've passed. I'm interested in when that might have been. And you also said you have memories here. So I believe you may have lived here at one time.
Noise.
Yes, I didn't hear any particular noise from you. If you could make a sound, I would appreciate it. Let us know you're here. You won't scare us. We're all here because we want to have this conversation with you. Adam, there was never a house there, as far as I know, concretely, that we're the first house here, but all this property belonged to one family named Dix, D-I-X, and they had a farm just down the road here that provided, their main crop was lettuce that they provided to Atlantic City and all the other shore towns. But we did discover a well here, and I guess one day maybe City Hall can tell me who a list of owners, the tax records might show a list of owners prior to me, but I think the person I bought the property from was the owner after the Dix family. Now, if I can find out from the Historical Society what might have been out here.
Williams.
Now, I'm going to record that name, Williams, because it would be fascinating if I was to find. Now, for a moment there, I thought the previous owner's name was Williams, but it's not. The person I bought the house from. But I would be curious to find out if there might have been a Williams that owned this property. Andrea, is your last name Williams? If it is, that would help me in doing some research. Now, Andrea, you passed peacefully, and I'd like to know when that might have been, but I'm also curious if you might have been buried here. Because if it's far enough back in time, people used to bury their loved ones on their property.
Many died here.
Okay, I've heard that before. How did they die? As a result of war or famine or illness? Because I do know that this farm, which was down the street, employed, could have been up to 100 or more migrant workers. Genevieve. I'm going to keep a record of the names tonight just because I'm going to try to find any history about here. Now, what might be happening here, folks, is
I was 70.
You were 70 when you passed?
Dancing.
Dancing, I take it, was something you had an interest in? You're welcome to dance again here. Now, what I've come to realize is when these different names are popping up, it's not necessarily a spirit calling out their name, but it's one spirit calling out another spirit's name. Now, we've had the name Andrea, and Genevieve mentioned. So it's possible that Andrea, it's possible there's three spirits here right now. One whose name has not been mentioned. And first there was a warning that he will trick you. And I think they think they're suspicious of me, thinking I might be trying to trick them. And then somebody calls out Andrea and somebody called out Genevieve.
Hurt.
I'm not sure what that's relevant to, what that means.
Keep watching.
that just gave me the chills, because upstairs, it's not the dogs, but there's definitely walking. Now, it could be Holly.
Scott.
That walking's not upstairs, it's over there. It's across the stage where the studio is. And I just heard a voice.
Message.
There is walking in the house right now. Like I said, that could be Holly. Scott, we all know Scott. Is Scott somebody you want to get here to talk with? I know Scott's one of your favorites, and he's back. Scott got home today. He graduated yesterday. Scott is a friend of ours. Is that you I heard walking? I've got to text Holly and see if that's her walking. And I hope she answers me yes. If not, there's something in the living room right above me walking. Don't push it.
Don't push it.
You know what? I have a camera up there. I can look. Well, the one camera angle I have, I can't see. There's nobody walking, but she could be in the kitchen. Message Scott? Okay, Holly's upstairs. She just answered me yes. Okay, that was Holly upstairs. And it said message Scott.
Eyes.
It's funny, I just looked at a picture. Let me just say, hello, Scott. This is what I'm typing. Hello, Scott. I'm doing a live broadcast with the Spirit Talker. And it said, message Scott. Now the motion sensors to the basement stairs just went off.
Sarah.
So I don't know if that's Archer coming down. Now the noise you're hearing outside is rain. So I'm going to turn that speaker down just a little bit. It's possible, Jennifer, it's possible they want to either
argue,
get a message through Scott or to Scott. just turn the sound back on the phone. Who's arguing? Is there a message you have for somebody in this room or for Scott? And was that you on the steps?
Shield. The loft.
There's no loft in this house. Was there a loft? Now, common to structures some years ago, like if it was a cabin,
We're here to help.
I can always use help. Is there something? How can you help me? You would help me if to understand more about this by you're helping me already by what you're telling me. Now there's a possibility, like when I say there's a well on the side of the house, and that's structures that go back. If there was a structure here prior to this house, it had to be a significant number of years ago because the trees that were on this property were tall. So we tore them down. Many of the trees were taken down to build.
Approach.
Are you approaching me? You're welcome to approach me. You see my hands? You can touch them. Hi, Holly. You scared me because the spirit talker's active and I heard you walking upstairs and I didn't know if that was the spirit walking. You're welcome to approach. And Adam, I think you're right because the one that says he'll trick you or he'll try to trick you, I think there's one of the spirits that's a bit of a troublemaker and was saying to the others that want to communicate with me as if I might do something to try to trick them. I hear a noise in the distance here about between 10 to 25 feet. Is that you? Okay. I can feel you.
I'm touching your back.
I can feel you touching the back of my head. You said approach, and you're touching my back.
Human.
I am a human, yes. Still living, as you know. If you're behind me, can you touch my hand? This has never worked before, but it's worth a shot. Or if you're touching the back of my head, can you touch
Eric.
that right there? Do any of you know? Now, this is a lot of names, so of course you're going to know some of them, but Andrea, someone with the last name of Williams, unless it means two people named William. Genevieve, Scott, Sarah, Eric with a K. Because this is not necessarily just me, the communication is happening. Okay.
I'm in the trees.
Pay attention to those trees out there, folks, because it's basically, if they can recognize the image we're looking at on screen and know that it's looking in the trees, now, are you telling me your name is Eric and you're in the trees? Because we're watching. Is it me, or does it look like something just walked past the camera?
Joe.
Are you out there in the trees? You said you're in the trees.
Amazing.
We find this amazing also, communicating with you. Lots of words coming out rapidly. Can you walk between the trees? Or walk closer? Are you touching my forehead? This is weird. I am in this house all day long, and I don't normally feel, I mean, I get hypersensitive when I do these things, but it's like, I mean, I sit down here every night, like in the winter, we watch television and stuff down here in front of the wood stove, but I never feel this like
Colin.
static. And I felt something on the back of my head when it says, I'm touching your back. Here comes Archer.
Not friendly.
Now, I think Colin is telling, I don't think this is a warning to me that somebody's not friendly. I think this is a warning to the spirits that might be there, saying, I'm not friendly. And I am friendly. I think I've proven that over these past couple nights in holding these conversations.
Violet.
Do any of these names mean anything to any of you? That noise you heard is Archer shaking his head. Hi, honey. It's okay. Or I wonder if they made reference to not friendly when Archer came downstairs.
Bob.
It's just spitting out names. And these, I don't know, these could be the names of multiple spirits coming in the area that are talking to each other. Or I get the impression that these names are being thrown out there and they're relevant to you,
John.
the watchers. Because I never usually get this many names this quick. It did say many died here, though. That's 10 names that have come up. And right now I feel pressure right here on my hand. Your aunt's name is Joan. Is your aunt living, Laura? And my next question is wow, what the hell was that? She's 90 years old. Was she married? And if she was married, was your uncle's name Bob by any chance? Or Robert? And Violet might not be a name. It might be a color. Am I managing to put we enjoy the company?
We enjoy the company.
Well, we enjoy having you here. Am I putting together the message you're trying to convey? These names that came up tonight, are you all spirits that are here with us?
Am I dead?
Yes, but you're able to communicate. We're getting your messages. That comes up often, which means it's as a random word generator, it's just in the algorithm, or it's a common question that the spirits answer. Common question that the spirits ask. Now, Laura, you said yes, she was married to a man named Stanley. Was Stanley your uncle, or had she been married previously and widowed? I get the impression there's something about this combination of words that is a message for somebody that's out there tonight. What are you
I'm sad.
What are you sad about? And how can we help? Okay. Thank you, Laura. Why are you sad?
Mystical.
This must be a bug or something flying in front of the camera, because I keep saying it almost looks like somebody's passing very quickly in front of the camera. But it could be rain too. I feel something right here.
Bernice.
Now, this could be, these names could be almost as if that back field there or anywhere around this house is a gathering of people, and they're watching me and watching me talking with you or talking to you, and they're calling people over. Which kind of goes along with what you said, Adam, that one of them is curious about you. It's almost like they're calling them over to see me. And I want to see, I'm writing a word here, folks, so that we can see if this is legit. And I want to see if this word comes up. And if it does, I'll pick this pad up and show it to you, what the word is I wrote. Those of you that have gathered, what do you think of me? What is your opinion of me?
I lost an arm.
You know, something just happened that was strange, but I just got like a pain in my leg. If I had gotten a pain in my arm when it said I lost an arm, I would have thought I'm really on to something here. My left leg. The very beginning of this conversation was somewhat specific.
Susan,
I keep getting like this. It almost feels like, what do you call that? Like when you get pins and needles in your feet, like neuropathy. That's what the word I was looking for. And right on the side of my face, right here, I feel like what's best described as a static charge. And now it's behind my ear, same side.
beware of the man.
I think that man is me. They're saying beware of the man, and they're saying beware of me. You don't have to be afraid of me, and I'm not afraid of you. You're welcome to communicate with me and the people that are in this room with me. Now, you know what? I just got a message on my phone that the rain should be stopping soon, but the rain is picking up. It's almost like it's getting angry out there.
William, $15.
You know what's interesting about that, folks? "15 names have been said." I wrote down every name. Are there 15 of you here? Am I on the right track? Folks, I'm telling you that unless something super charged comes up here, I'm staying on for 4 more minutes. Trying to keep this to an hour. If I'm right that there's 15 of you here,
David,
I know many Davids. In fact, I know a David Williams. And I know a David William. All right, I know that in most of your cases, spirits, you have time is not really relevant to you at this point. But I am going to continue to run the Spirit Talker for another 2 minutes. And
night,
then I'm going to stop. I think, Adam, even though I may not be communicating with them properly, I think what might be happening is they know that there's somebody here trying to communicate, and they may be bringing in a bunch of people. David.
how's your day?
My day has been good, if you're asking me. I'm going to say good night to you now, unless there's any message you want to give to me, how I can assist you in your journey, or anything you want to know. Now, Adam, I wouldn't even know how to begin to do that. The person that told me about that said he was a pagan.
Yes, over here.
Now, again, I don't know that that's calling to me. I think that yes over here is, I think a crowd is gathering. And they're saying yes over here. We've enjoyed meeting all of you tonight. And I will continue to do this most nights. A lot. Okay. Well, folks, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to, even though there was some interesting stuff there at the end too and throughout, I try to limit the time so that when I go to edit this tomorrow, I can make sense of it all. And I'm trying to keep it to an hour or less, because as I play this all back, I sometimes things come together to me in a way. Let me turn off this outside. Things come together in a way that I can make more sense of when it's more compressed. But Adam, your question is, have I ever looked up the name of the biker? No. The plumber who worked on this house told me, and the night we were in here, which is another reason why I think this property may have some spirit activity to it, is because he told this back door that's right next to me didn't have a lock on it yet. So it was a door with, a hole where the door handle was, but it was pushed shut. And we were down here and he had just hooked up the water to the house. And they do that before they put sheetrock on to see if anything's leaking within the walls. And he had just told me that right out front here where that guardrail was, a motorcycle laid down, a motorcycle rider, slid into the guardrail and was decapitated. I just got a sharp pain in my knee the moment I said that. I'm not bullshitting you. So anyway, I'm trying to show, one of the things I'm trying to do is show consistency so that these spirits or the portal into the spirit world knows to come and knows they can come here and talk. So let me shut this off too. That'll stop that noise. Before I shut off for the night, folks, are there any questions you have or any observations you made tonight? The one thing I'll tell you, Adam, is I've been here 24 years and we've owned the property 25 years because they spent a year building the house. And I'm just wondering, I got the impression that this person that passed away had passed away some time before that. So it could have been 30, 40 years ago or more. And the only death I know recently nearby here has been our neighbor Neil that was hit and killed on his bicycle back in February. Yeah, this was just name after name after name after name. So anyway, folks, you're probably going to see me again tomorrow night. Again, this is, I know I recognize many of your names and many of you have been very generous. But for those of you that haven't or are in the position to, this stuff is fan funded. So badben.com/donates displayed on the bottom of your screen. If you could make a contribution, it would be appreciated. It helps me do what I do, make these films and everything. So I thank you for spending the past hour with me. And I'm giving you at least 2 hours every day now, folks, between my earlier broadcast and this broadcast. So I thank you for spending time with me, and I'll be back tomorrow. And I hope to see you then. Thank you, and good night.